All right, so I'm going to be doing another comic review and another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you once again, bro. And we're going to be talking about Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2, the paper. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in the Ultimate Marvel universe, and after reading this, I'm like, oh yeah, this new Ultimate universe is really fucking good. Like, I think it's some of the best Marvel stuff that's come out. Now, I still need to read, and I have it, I have it to read, which is the Ultimates Volume 1, Fix the World. But I decided to go with Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2, mostly because it's good. It's just nice to have good Spider-Man content, right? Like, it's just really good to have Spider-Man content that isn't bogged down by Spider-Man editorial. In fact, that's what I've learned is that Cody Ziegler's Miles Morales comic and this comic are the only two Spider-Man titles that aren't under Spider-Man editorial. I don't know what it is with. I don't know why it is with Miles, but apparently Ultimate Spider-Man falls under the Ultimate Universe editorial. So that's why it's not under Nick Lowe and all that. Also, I imagine Hickman, every time like Nick Lowe would come into the room and be like, "Hey, so I got this idea. Maybe you should just kill off Mary Jane and kill the kids too. I'm Nick Lowe, and I'm a boring ass piece of shit who probably lives a horrible life and can't really get it up in bed." And Hickman looks up from his desk and goes, "You got 5 seconds to get up before I eat you." I don't know. I like the idea of like Jonathan Hickman threatening to eat people. Because what are you going to do with that, right? Like, how would you respond to that? Anyway, so getting back where we left off with this comic, essentially what is going on is that Peter and Harry are still trying to figure out their suit, like how their suits work, and they because remember this is it was gifted to. Peter's suit was gifted to him, and the spider was gifted to him by Tony Stark in his war with the Maker, who's still, as of the, because I'm reading in trade, he's still trapped from what happened in Ultimate Invasion. So yeah, and on top of that, we also learn more about the Stark Stain buyout from to Oscorp, and we find out more about their suits and whatnot, and Otto Octavius reveals that, hey, you guys have advanced AI suits that could help you. And essentially, this is how we're setting up more building blocks for what happens next in the Ultimate Universe. I am going to say, like, please don't spoil if you've read ahead, like reading in single issues, because again, I'm reading in trade, and I feel like this comic reads a lot better in trade. Like, I feel like I'd be bothered if it was moving so slow. It's nice to just have the full book right there. But yeah, I also so I appreciate that. But essentially, what we get in here is that Peter's AI is based off of himself, and if you notice, the texts are black and white. So I can't imagine what that's going to be in the future. And then we have Harry's, which is the AI based off of his father. So I like how we're basically doing like Sam Raimi Spider-Man with "Avenge Me." But anyway, as for other things, we get the introduction of the Ultimate Sinister Six, which is Kingpin, who's the leader of Manhattan, but the other 5 boroughs are all under other members of the Sinister Six. I say 5 because the sixth one, the sixth one is the Underground, and this is probably the most unique Sinister Six I have ever read in my life, where it's Kingpin, Mr. Negative, Kraven, Mysterio, Black Fox, and the Mole Man. If that's yeah. Yeah, there's no Ultimate Fantastic Four. Of course, there would be a Mole Man somewhere. So Kingpin is now like out to get Green Goblin and Spider-Man, and it's more building blocks. But the main focus of this story is Jonah and Ben's introduction of their independent news group called The Paper, and they're digging deeper into finding out what's the connection between Kingpin and Stark Stain and all of that. And we also see this is kind of the building blocks volume of the storyline, where everything is just kind of being set into place and how everything is starting to really like take off, and some of it may go off the rails. There's a lot of great action in here, but it's more story built. Again, this is more of a story of we're setting everything in motion. But yeah, when we get fights, they're awesome, and it's very clear that it may be a different universe, but Jonathan Hickman clearly has a love for the Spider-Man mythos. Like, I know Hickman's known for like deep, like heavy science kind of lore, but at the same time, dude knows how to write a family comic. Like, he knows how to write street level stuff too. And I'm like, I'm almost curious to see what Hickman would do with like a character like Daredevil or Moon Knight or something. Something that's not like high level, like big science. Something like, because he writes really well on street level stuff and writing family. That's probably why he was so good at like his Fantastic Four was probably the pinnacle of Fantastic Four books for the longest time, because he knew how to balance high concept sci-fi with family stuff. But I want to see that done with street level, and we kind of get that here. As you can see, we also get the introduction of Ultimate Black Cat. I like her story, and it's kind of clear that like there may be something going on, like there's going to be something between her and Richard, the Peter's son in this universe, who is probably going to become Ultimate Venom. Not gonna lie, I think that's where we're kind of building towards. And I also like how old things from the Spider-Man mythos is like are like taken and changed around. I really do like the idea of basically Ben and Jonah, when they make the paper and put out the whole thing about Kingpin's control over New York. I love the whole thing of like they use a ghostwriter name, and that name is Ben Reilly, not ghostwriter. I have to be specific, oddly enough, because again, this is Marvel. So yeah, they take on the name they take on the Ghost Rider name of Ben Reilly. So I really dug that. We also see the wheels start to come off for Harry because using his father's voice or brain patterns as the AI, that's not going to go well. And we see the divide between him and Peter, but Peter's clearly like kind of ignoring the red flags for the most part. And of course, all of the family stuff with him and Mary Jane is just beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. But this is the volume where, again, we're kind of setting everything up. Ultimate Six, everything else within the story, and how it's probably all going to be really rough in the next storyline. And I'm sure someone's going to be like, well, get ready to have your heart broken in the next single issues. Don't spoil anything for me. But we'll come back to that in Volume 3 when that comes out. I think it comes out September. But yeah, this came out a little while ago, but I decided, you know what, I need to get to this because it keeps looking at it, and I keep looking at it and going, why did I not read this book sooner? Yeah. So, Ultimate Spider-Man, it's awesome. I will say the covers are kind of misleading. Like, this whole thing of, like, Jonah being wrapped up by Goblin and all that doesn't happen. It's very misleading covers, for the most part, but I forgive it for that. And also, Marco Cicchetto's artwork is just the tits. One of the best artists out there right now. But yeah, other than that, you guys tell me in the comments below what did you guys think of this volume of Ultimate Spider-Man? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. And Chris, thank you once again, bro, for this book as well as the others. And yeah, other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.